And good evening, Australia. Welcome to the platform. I'm Michael Kuzilny. A super fantastic show coming up tonight. We've got the great man, I reckon the world's #1 celebrity agent, Max Markson, joining us on the couch. He's a terrific fella. Darren Sutton is the founder behind Las Vegas male stripper sensation, Aussie Heat. He'll be joining us on the couch. We've got our fantastic regulars, Rosie, Faraci, Warwick Capper for a bit of fun and games. And to take us out, another music sensation on the platform, X Factor star Timmy Knowles. But to start the show, let's have a look at the great man, Max Markson.
Max Markson is almost as famous as his celebrity charges. The talent manager and publicity king started his PR business, Markson Sparks, in 1982. It wasn't long before he fell into the world of celebrity management after cricketer Greg Matthews approached him.
He went down on his hands and knees and begged me to manage him. So I said, okay. So we started managing him, and I thought, I better manage some other people too. So I rang, I'm mates with Jeff Fennick. So I rang Jeff, I said, Jeff, can I manage you? He said, yeah, okay, and he hung up on me straight away. So I had 3 stars. I had Jeff Fennick, Wally Massoud and Greg Matthews, and I managed in the course of those next 2 years to get no money for them whatsoever. I thought, this management stuff ain't working, you know. In 1990, I think Jane Fleming changed my life. So I started managing Jane, and all of a sudden the phone is like ringing like mad, people wanting to book her for things. And she couldn't do it all because she's training hard for the next sport. So I'd say, well, do you want somebody else? Like, I'd be selling them Jeff Fennick, Wally Massoud, and mates like Kamal, and then Issa Buttrose rang me, and people started ringing me then. And it just grew from there.
After more than 2 decades of wheeling and dealing with celebrities, he believes he knows the secret to luring anyone down under.
It's all about the money. Show me the money. And hopefully they want to come to Australia. And hopefully, if I've rung up and said, look, I've already brought President Clinton, President Bush Sr., Nelson Mandela, Rudy Giuliani, Al Gore, I'd love you to come as my guest and we do some speaking engagements.
Max Markson, you are the king. Thank you very much for coming on the platform.
My pleasure. Thank you, Michael.
Mate, you've represented so many high-profile people, but I reckon you're the star.
You're very kind to say that.
More than 25 years in this game, having fun. How do you explain that, Max?
I enjoy myself. I enjoy getting up in the morning and doing what I do. I just have fun.
And I know you, Max, when you say it's all about the money, it's not. You really enjoy people, and you enjoy finding their strengths and making them famous.
I think you've got to enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And I don't think I work. I mean, I do work, obviously, but I mean, I don't think of it as work.
Well, a lot of people who know you, they say you're always smiling. They've never seen you angry. Always smiling, always positive.
I know I get frustrated sometimes if something doesn't, if I can't make something work technically or whatever, but most of the time I get away with it, and I'm lucky.
Max, it's been a beautiful journey. It all started when you were very young and you moved to King's Cross. In a nutshell, how did you get into this amazing calling?
My father was a high diver, so he used to literally dive from high diving water into a bucket of water. And he had an aqua show, which was like an ice show but in water with synchronized swimmers and divers. So I started doing that. I was a spotlight operator when I was about 5 years old. And then I learned how to build post. And that's how I started. And then my dad died when I was 15.
And where was that, Max? That was
Bournemouth on the south coast of England.
Okay.
Then I started promoting pop groups and Radio 1 disc jockeys. And then I came here when I was 21 years old. And I worked for an importer promoting biorhythm calculators and negative ion generators. And then I opened a nightclub called The Zoo, and I was the head zookeeper. And every week I'd have a celebrity as guest DJ. So I had Brooke Shields, Evel Knievel, Jeff Boycott, Dennis Lilly. And then I worked for a radio station for a couple of years. Then I started my business, Markson Sparks, and that started in 1982. So I've been going 36 years this year.
Amazing. Tell me about some of the exciting people you've met and represented.
I think that I've been fortunate and honoured to be able to work with Nelson Mandela, President Clinton, President Bush Sr., Rudy Giuliani, Al Gore, Tony Blair, Kim Kardashian, Pele, Mike Tyson, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I really have been honoured and blessed to be able to have those experiences and have incredible stories about these people and spending time with them.
And Max, you're a bit different to a lot of the, I wouldn't even call them competitors because you're the class act in the game, but Because of your lovely down-to-earth personality, you actually stay friends with them, a lot of these people, you know?
Well, I think
they're more than a client.
Well, if you spend time with someone, you're on the road with them for a week, and they're only doing, say, 5 engagements in the space of a week, so they might be working for 2 hours when they're on stage, but the other time you've got to look after them, so you've got to go and, not that I can play golf, play golf with a Rudy Giuliani or a President Clinton, or you've got to take them out for meals, and you've got to, so you get to know them, and so once they've broken down their, you know, the veneer, or I've stopped being myself, being polite, then I can play up, you know.
It must be very difficult to bring out an ex-president from the United States. What does it involve?
Secret Service galore. I remember the first time I brought President Clinton, I got a phone call from the Attorney General's office and I had to come to a meeting. And I walk into this meeting, I was late because I'm often late. And I walk in and there's like 20 people in the room. I said, what are all these people here? So, well, I'm from the Attorney General's office, there's my assistant, and this is the police. Police said, yeah, this is for the motorcade. Motorcade, everywhere you go, you'll have a motorcade, Mr. Markson. He said, and these people? Oh, this is the terror threat assessment people from the police. This is the local police. And who are these 5 guys? Oh, they're from the US Secret Service. I said, but the event's not for 10 days. They're already in the country checking everything out. And then when you do something with a Tony Blair or President Clinton or President Bush Sr., you literally, during the week before, go and walk every step that they're going to make. We might go to this restaurant, so we've got to go there. We might do this. What are the entries? Where's the hospital? Where's the venue? Where's the hotel? And the Secret Service are fantastic because they have somebody set at the hospital, someone at the venue, someone at the hotel, and they have teams, they rotate teams. At one stage in 2002, I had 60 Secret Service agents in the country, and we were hopping from city to city doing a 5-city tour. It's just, you know, but they say, where are you going to go? And they don't put any controls on you, so we're going to do this, this and this. They make it happen for you.
We found a clip, Togsy found a clip, let's have a look at this.
A clip.
Max Markson is without doubt a colourful spin merchant.
He's even been blamed for the breakup of Lara Bingle and Michael Clark.
Max Markson.
If you want something, need to spin it good. Who are you gonna call?
Max Markson.
If your public image don't look good, who are you gonna call?
Max Markson.
In his world, there's no such thing as bad publicity. He ain't afraid of bad press.
Doesn't matter. All people remember at the end of the day is the name.
He ain't afraid of bad press. If you're chick chick boo, but you need a room, Claire Werble, go keep calm.
Max Markson.
Partied on when your mama never gone. Ow, who can you call? Corey Worthington.
Max Markson.
You can turn something bad to make it good.
He ain't afraid of bad press.
It's good for business. It's fantastic for business. Makes the phone ring.
He ain't afraid of bad press.
Max is all news, good news.
Absolutely. Credit to Dennis Carnahan who wrote that song. Yeah, I think the media feed on stories, and if it's a bad story, it gets forgotten about. You just keep going. You're only as good as your last story. And it's the same for journalists. They write a story, they're only as good as their last story. And if something happens, if it's a negative story, just keep pushing on. And if it's a good story, well, again, you've got to keep pushing on. You don't stop.
And Max, looking at your beautiful journey, the roller coaster ride, who was your favourite client and maybe the worst client?
Favourite client would definitely be President Clinton. I love him genuinely, and I'm privileged to have worked with him since 2001. And I was hosting him when 9/11 hit. We'd done 3 events in 3 days, and we paid him $450,000 US, which at the time was $900,000 Australian. And we cleared profit for the Children's Hospital the first time of $1.2 million on the 8th of September. And on 9/11. He was in Port Douglas and 9/11 hit, and my phone starts ringing like crazy, and the Secret Service closed him down, and George W. Bush, who was in office, signed a special order to send a military jet from Guam to pick him up and take him back to America because planes weren't flying at the time. And I remember 4 or 5 years later, I was in New York and I'd seen him, and it was at a function with Radio City Music Hall with about 2,500, 3,000 people there, and I'm sitting there, I had a seat there in the front row, and a question comes up about 9/11, and without missing a beat, he says, I was in Australia at that time with this guy, Max Markson, pointing at me, you know, which is a hell of a name check, I guess.
Max, when you walk down the street of Melbourne, Sydney, Australia, people love you and recognise you. What about when you go overseas? Do they know the great man there?
No, and I don't think people recognise me here either.
Oh, of course they do. They're just too afraid to speak to you because you're that superstar status. Who's coming out in the next few months or this year?
Well, in February, Harry Dent, who's a fantastic economic forecaster. So he's touring the nation, and he'll be in Melbourne on Monday, the 26th of February.
Terrific.
And then in March, which Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I've known for 5 years and looked after him, done work with him every time he comes here. He'll be here for the Arnold Multi-Sports Festival.
Thank you.
And that's on March 16 to 18 at the Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre. Children are free, under 15, as long as you're accompanied by an adult. And there's enormous multi-sports festival for the kids to take part in as well, sports activities for them, because Arnold's on a mission to get the kids off the couch and to a worldwide fitness crusade, to get the whole world fit. He is passionate about that. So,
Max, I was going to ask you a question. What about if there's somebody out there who's got real talent at something, but they're a bit worried about the opinions of other people, and they call you? How do you make them famous if they are talented?
Look, I think the one thing for them in their mind, whether they call me or anybody, is Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of his 5 tips for success is don't listen to the naysayers. So forget what people say, stay on your path and focus on it. My message to them to become famous, get your social media happening, because that's free and you can do that. Post on your Instagram feed, post on your Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Be active on social media and follow your dream. Do what you want to do. That's really important.
Love that. One last question, Max. What are the plans for the great man over the next 10 years?
For me, live, enjoy myself, keep doing what I'm doing. I don't want to retire. I think people who retire, I worry about them dying. I think you've got to keep some level of stress going and keep going and enjoy myself.
Max Markson, thank you very much for the pleasure of your company. Have a really fantastic year. And we'll be back very shortly on the platform with the great man, Warwick Capper, and Warwick's World. Warwick Capper's in the house.
Boom there, Michael. Yup, your tea.
How are you, bro? How's the living legend, the human headline?
Good, mate. Had a good week and up to Australia Day, up to Chuka. Did a bit of barefooting. Almost tore my hamstring. That was undifferent.
Amazing.
Saw Lisa Carey-Kenny, my partner on the old Celebrity Apprentice.
It's pretty hot.
A couple of years ago with Max.
On the weekend?
Yeah, with Maxie Bonds and Lisa Carey-Kenny. It was good.
Did you get around in your Speedos like you used to?
I was
in the
44.
80s? Speedos or board shorts?
Board shorts. I was sweating more than Gypsy the mortgage up there. Jeez, it was hot.
A bit hot, wasn't it?
Nightmare. But it's a good thing happening on 7 this week with Sunrise. And we got the new song I'm going to sing on Kiss FM.
Oh.
Called Telephone Number.
Oh, you've got that one coming out.
So I might sing it on the show next week.
I enjoy these weekly shows because I don't see you as much. You've got all these, you're all over Melbourne and
we also got 60 shops opening this week.
Terrific.
Capper's Big and Tasty Food Diners with not jaffles, they're called raffles. Healthy.
And I hear rumours you're going to join a male strip team called Aussie Heat. Become a male stripper.
If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, Warwick. I was in Penthouse 3 times. Actually, once, but it took up 3 pages. If he can afford me, 5G appearance, I'm there. Put the odd G-string backwards, makes you jump higher, like in the 80s. That's why I wore tight shorts.
Yeah.
I wore that backwards, made me jump higher.
I love that song, the 80s, that film clip, very much like Duran Duran. And remember what we've got in common?
I only take what's mine.
Duran Duran and Kylie Minogue. Let's go and have a look at a clip. What you've been up to, Warwick's World.
Let's have some fun.
Healy, a high floater. Grant Laurie and Capper. Capper! Oh, one of the marks of the year. Now, Capper, a big chance here on Langford. Oh, dear. Oh, what a mark. Oh! I was all set to call a free kick. He sort of hung over the back and the ball fell into his hand.
Some of your interesting roles since your post-football days. Stripper, meter maid, porn star, male escort, comedian, singer, lollipop man.
An all-round movie star.
And that's the kind of resume you'd want a reality star to have. Completely unique and special. Wacky Warwick, he's 1 in a million, and Warwick's World is going to be hilarious.
This guy just cracks me up. I can't help it. I can't help it. I try not to like you, but I just do.
They break the mould after Warwick, didn't they? It's a real pity.
It is.
For the first time in Australian Big Brother history, a housemate was evicted by Big Brother.
Despite the late hour, most of the house is still up and having a joke at the expense of Warwick, who's gone to bed and is trying to sleep.
What a pig. He just walked out grabbing his no pants on. He just walked out, no pants on.
Kimberly, I'm having a real problem with Warwick, and he just dropped his pants and flashed Sarah Marie and I his penis.
That's just not even funny. I'm laughing because I can't believe he did it.
I'm not laughing.
I can't believe he thinks that's fucking amusing. A man in the Big Brother house just flashed his
Another guest standing by, volunteering their services. Hello, Sydney!
Great to be here, mate. Hell of a run, but I made it.
Yay! I'm not going to ask you a question. Is he still there?
Fire when ready, buddy.
There has got to be someone else. Anyone.
Were they your son's shorts?
No, he wasn't born then, you dummy.
Why did you wear such?
For marketability. I can't spell that, but marketability. I went to school once when I came back, I was in hospital.
You turned 50 this year. What's it been like with the slow transition from a stupid young man to a stupid old man?
That's a bit fast for an ugly man like yourself with no hair. Calling me stupid. I can't believe that, you fool. I look 37, you look 70, and you'll say I look old. You idiot.
Now, last question. What are your views on Syria?
What do you mean Syria? That's the place, is it?
Yeah.
I mean Syria, the wartime place?
Yes.
Would be the best place for a footy trip.
Okay. Interesting insight. Thank you very much for it.
Ask Big Bill where the milk is.
Where's the milk, Big Bill?
This is Big Bill.
Some toast here.
Gary, the milkman has arrived. Please welcome to the Big Bill house.
What?
The Whiz, Warwick Capper!
The Whiz! It was Capper.
He is a Sydney. Hello, bud. Yeah. Well, Billy was Warwick Capper. You f***ing beauty.
What have you done to your face?
Just had a bit of a touch-up.
You have, haven't you?
Bit of brown rouge. I'm a bit like Sam. I've had that much plastic surgery when I cry. The tears run down my back.
Well, is he going to do an hour of this?
Some people say I've got tickets to myself. Let's say the concert is sold out.
Very, very sharp.
With an IQ of 3, but he can leap like a flea. Warwick Capper. He loved himself. He didn't crack an entry to the Martha Sentry. That was Warwick.
Take a capper on him.
He loved himself.
According to Warwick Capper, the only thing missing on Australian TV is, well, Warwick Capper. So for all those television execs wanting to sign him up, here's a taste of what you would get.
Welcome to Warwick Capper's world, a world unlike any other. Now Warwick wants to turn his wacky world into a television show.
Mark Wigan? Yeah. How's my hair looking, Andrew? Yeah, we're here with Warwick's World. I'm Warwick Capper, in case you've been living on Mars.
This latest shot to have a TV show all about him is all thanks to his short but memorable turn on Celebrity Apprentice.
Come on, Capper.
But this is just my time, and this is the perfect time for Warwick's World.
He'll apparently always be a superstar. Just ask him.
Because I got the charisma, and that was before my time.
You do love yourself, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but you do.
Why wouldn't I?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Warwick Capper, you're a superstar with charisma, they say.
Well, if you've got to flaunt it, mate. I was on a current affair, footy show, Sunrise. Back on the footy show.
Rove?
Back on the footy show in 2 weeks. Rove, he was good.
Amazing.
I made Rove famous, like yourself.
What I was going to ask you, Capper, that diary room and with Big Brother, you know, when they're talking about the member, your member.
Yeah, that was a bit of fun.
Did you get told off? Did you sort of a bit of counselling or?
Yeah, they said, Warwick, how big's your penis? I said 3 inches from the ground. They said, Warwick, get to the diary room. You need some counselling because I went nude. I went nude. I lasted 2 nights. Had a 10-day contract.
After you get told off by Big Brother, do you actually meet Big Brother? Does some dude come out and say?
Yeah, there's three different ones.
Is there?
And one's a girl, one's a ring-in.
And are they a bit more authentic and kind once they tell you off behind the scenes?
They said they wanted me to stay on, but they wanted to kick me out for their ratings. 3.5 million people watched it.
And can I ask you one question? What's the Harbour Bridge, VB?
Yeah, the Harbour Bridge.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, I like Sydney because I went up there as a pioneer in '83, and we were only getting 5,000 a game. After I was there for a year and a half, we ended up getting about 28 to 30,000 average crowd. So Doc Ellison came in, bought us a pink Lamborghini, helicopters, had Swanettes, had Spa with the Swanettes, friend with Leanne Elston, and we had a bit of a circus at half time. So we got the crowds in, and it worked.
Warwick's World. People love you, mate. Thanks for coming on. You better go and get some more exciting action.
We are.
Shake
We'll
my
see
hand, bro.
We'll see you in LA soon.
Love and best. Oh, well, we're going to LA. Love and best wishes, bro.
Thanks, mate.
Don't forget to call Warwick Capper, Warwick's World. He'll be joining us every week with some crazy and fun excitement. Coming up very shortly, a world-class stripper on the couch. The girls will love this one.
You'll be okay.
Darren Sutton from Aussie Heat.
We love
Don't
Darren.
go away.
We like Darren.
And welcome back to the show, The Platform. The people are just having too much fun tonight. They've got great jobs. Darren Sutton's on the couch. He's the man behind Aussie Heat, a male review. I don't quite know what it's about, but I know the ladies love him and the boys. Let's have a quick look at the great man and his team.
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Buckets, fire gun, we need someone to lean on. Buckets, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on. Buckets, fire gun, we need someone to lean on. Buckets, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on.
Darren, I'm a criminal defence lawyer, but I want your job. What is going on in that? You're travelling the world, you're surrounded by women. How did this start, Aussie Heat?
Well, what happened was we ran this show called Hunkmania Australia in Melbourne, and we had a residency, and then so what we thought in 2015 we'd done Australia, we'd conquered that, we had made it as far as we thought we could go in this country. Not that it's a small country, but it's big enough. We thought, well, where's the next place to go? And then someone said, well, the best place in the world is Las Vegas for performance, for entertainment, for anything adult, anything you want, kids, adult, doesn't really matter. So we pushed so hard to get in there. Like, it took us about 8 months. We got knockback after knockback and rejection. And all of a sudden, we got an email back saying, yeah, we'll accept you into a theatre in downtown Las Vegas. And downtown Las Vegas isn't the strip Las Vegas. It's downtown, but all the downtown people say, oh, this is up and coming and whatever, blah, blah. But we thought, all right, we're in the door. We've got our foot in the door. Now's the time where we can show them how good we are, then hopefully get onto the strip, because if you're not in the game, you're out of the game. So we get up to Vegas. We had no idea. I visaed all my dance teachers straight away because I didn't have time to train monkeys to be performers, and if we train monkeys who are big, juiced up meatheads to go to Vegas, they'd think, oh, you're just Chippendales, you're just someone, not Chippendales are juiced up monkeys, but you're just like the rest of them. Why are you different? So I got the dance teachers who were break dancers, hip hop dancers, poppers, lockers. We got the best in Australia, put them all together and put the show together in a couple of weeks, got to Vegas and said, here we are. But little did we know that all you're doing is leasing the right to perform at a theatre. So you've got to pay rental costs, you've got to pay marketing, promotions, everything has to be paid for, visas, accommodation. All you're doing is renting a theatre. And then the reviews were amazing after a few weeks, but we got there, we couldn't even afford a can of petrol to get to Seaford and back.
Congratulations, you've turned into this love god with all these women chasing you, getting paid for it. Where's the application form, bro?
Well, I just saw the whiz out in the green room.
He wants to join.
Yeah, and I said I've got to look at my checkbook and look at my credit card limit to get the old fella back on.
Darren, so in a nutshell, how long has Aussie Heat been performing for? Are you, have you got a truckload of money, and is it still going strong?
Well, we've been going since 2015. We've had our setbacks, we've had our challenges, but now we're just really flying. We went dark over Christmas, as you do, because it's winter there, and we start up again early Feb. And from where we've started to where we've come to, you just have to blink to think, is this real? Is this reality? But I guess it's not reality.
Well, we're doing a show in Las Vegas in about 6 months' time. Maybe we can get all the boys on there and doing a bit of a dance. And so you started off as a dancer?
No, well, I started off as an accountant.
Accountant?
Yeah, I went to my old man's office. He gave me some big file box, and I said, all right, no worries, Dad, looks perfect to me. Picked up the first bit of paper. It was about 10 o'clock. I said, I'm going for an early lunch. I said to the secretary, and I just got in the tram, number 8, and went home and never went back. He came home at the end of the day, he goes, where were you? I said, oh, didn't the file get done itself?
So, Darren, you're sort of running the team now. You danced for how many years on with Aussie Heat?
Well, I got it started with the boys in 2015 when we got there. Then I sort of retired. I guess I hate that word because when I die, I retire. But, you know, like as long as I can stand up, I can dance, I can perform. But I stopped performing about 8-9 months ago because if you want to run it and manage it successfully, you can't do both. Like, you want the respect to go into a casino in Canada or in an Indian reservation casino in America and say, do you want, let's sign a contract with these boys. Then you go up on stage and start swinging your hips or whatever else you want to swing. And they're thinking, well, I've just signed a contract with this guy and he's out there. The two doesn't combine. You're
a smart man and a great entrepreneur, and I think your accounting background's really going to must help a lot. But I think we've got a clip. We'll just have a look at what's been happening with the great man, Darren Sutton.
Turn it up, let's go. Hey.
Darren, you're just having too much fun, bro. What's it like when you're performing and, and all these people are there and they see you the next day down the street? Do all the girls want your phone number?
Oh, if only. No, because you don't... I'd love to see them down the street, but after the show, we meet the girls in a bar, like across the road from the stage, and we get to know them. We have pictures and what have you, but yeah, in the street the next day, I'm pretty unrecognisable anyway, so yeah.
But how did you learn the skill of dancing so well, Darren?
Well, that choreographer who actually came up
in
2015, Daisuke, I do his classes like 2 or 3 times a week, and it's like my favourite hobby in the whole time world. Like, it's like a holiday within a holiday. Your mind is just on that, like whatever's around you doesn't seem to matter. It's like so therapeutic, and it's just like meditating, I guess.
You know, it's like almost famous. You know, you see these rock stars and they're fighting and arguing and, you know, have there been a bit of friction amongst the group?
Yeah, there's always friction with everything, yeah, no matter
Any
what.
punch-ups?
Oh, no, it doesn't go that far because, you know, you live together, you perform together, you train a lot together.
I'm proud of you, Darren, because this is big stuff, you know. This is big time. I mean, even for some people just to get a gig at the local pub is difficult these days, you know. But you guys for you to form Aussie Heat, take it overseas and get it to Las Vegas is really exceptional.
You've got to understand, MK, apparently 95% of the shows that start in Vegas close within 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So to get past that 5%, then the next year it's like another 90. Like to just keep on, they open and close every day, different shows.
And how long has it been going for?
We've been there since July 2015. So the thing is, we're not just up against other male review shows. We're up against Cirque du Soleil. We're up against the pool parties because it's the entertainment dollar you're competing for. And it's the most competitive place on earth, and to stay afloat, to stay alive, and to be alive and kicking, yeah, it's a credit to.
Amazing.
It's a credit to the boys. No, it's not to me.
You're
it's
very
not
humble.
me. It's a whole team.
You're very humble.
And there's more to the team than the team. Like there's behind the scenes. There's the guys on stages. It's a whole crew that makes it work, which is.
Darren, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sort of understanding it, but for the viewers and for all your female fans and male fans watching, what's the website?
Oh, it's we've got the American website is AussieHeatLV.com. The Australian one is AussieHeat.com.au.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thanks for coming on the platform, and thank you very much for watching. We'll be back very shortly with Australia's social queen, Rosie Faraci. Don't go away. Rosie Faraci, Australia's social queen. How's the beautiful young lady going?
Amazing. I've had a really busy week. I caught up with Charlie for a photo shoot to update some of his folio shots. Charlie actually won the model competition I held a few months ago, and he's doing really well.
Isn't that amazing? Welcome aboard, Charlie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Amazing.
New kid on the block.
That's fantastic. How old is Charlie?
I'm 14. Yeah,
wow.
Turning 15 in March, yeah.
Jeez. Amazing. Such confidence, such supreme confidence. Have you taught him how to be so confident, Rosie?
I think he has X factor. Some people are just born with it. Like when he went to enter my modelling competition, as soon as he walked around the corner, I knew he'd be a winner. Like he was very humble, very poised. When I put him in front of the camera, nailed blue steel. Remember I told you about blue steel? And yeah, he's doing really well.
So what have you guys been working on together?
We've done a couple of shoots now. Did the one where I won the competition, which was great. She gave me heaps of tips through it, learned a lot from it, which was awesome, yeah.
And what would happen if you had this really big contract in New York and they called you up and said, we want you
like
come
Justin.
out of school?
It's following in Justin's footsteps.
Yes. What would you do?
Oh, I would be out of school in a second, but like, you know, it's school, you got to stay there.
Your mum's giving you the evil eye.
Rosie, do you mind if we have a look at your adventures during the week?
I would love to share that with you.
Let's
do it. Hi, I'm Rosanna Faraci, and I'm here with Cassie Lane, who just launched her How to Dress a Dummy book, which is absolutely killing it. So, Cassie, tell me, what inspired you?
I guess I had the idea for a long time, and I did my master's degree, and part of my thesis I actually did a feminist critique on the beauty industry, which sounds very serious, but my book is not. My book is a lot more fun and funny. But I was really interested in the various ways that women internalise sexism, often sort of unconsciously. So I really wanted to tell my story from my history working as a model around the world to try and weed through some of those ideas, basically.
So I'm here with top model Justin Lacko. Now tell me, Justin, you're here at the Diesel launch for the bar and eatery.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, this place looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, you never know where to go on your Fridays or Saturday nights, but I think now we know where to go
here at Studio Bastille today, photographing the beautiful Olivia B from Giant Management. I've never photographed you before, which I'm excited to do.
Me too.
You're an up-and-coming top model, I've been told, one to watch. How long have you been modelling for?
About 3 years now with Giant Management, yeah.
Okay, so
Started
you're
as a
18
baby.
years old?
Yes, 18. So I started when I was just under 15.
You're such
A
an
baby.
exotic beauty.
Oh, thank you.
What campaigns can we see you in?
Shooting with Lululemon today.
Right.
I've done a couple little boutiques here in Melbourne, Obus Clothing, and I do a lot of hair shoots actually. I think
You have
the
beautiful
long
hair,
the long
yeah.
brown ticks that box.
And I've been told you're off to possibly London, New York,
There's a
Sydney.
whole list. Sydney is number one.
Yes.
Hopefully meeting with an agency out there, and who knows what's next.
Surrounded by all these beautiful models. You guys are having so much fun. It doesn't seem like work, Charlie. You're just having too much fun. School, modelling. And I heard you did an accent course. Can you
Yes.
put on an American accent?
Oh, okay. It's nice to be on the platform with you today.
Cool. How do you learn that?
Oh well, I do some acting training at TAFTA, which is
it's a
Australian
great school.
television. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I did a 6-week course there, which was pretty cool, and I'm always training acting all the time.
And have you ever seen some of the great photos from Rosie? Some of her modelling photos?
Yeah, I have actually.
Because she's a spectacular model and photographer. And they say sometimes, Rosie, happiness comes from helping others and being in the service.
100%.
And I know that you run
Yes.
some really amazing courses. And out of those courses, a lot of people have become very successful. I think you've got something coming up soon.
I do. Like, my passion is scouting and discovering new talent, and that's why I hold competitions to see the talent that's out there and work with them. But I'm actually holding a model confidence photo shoot workshop on February the 18th at Studio Bastille. So for anyone that's interested, if they go to my Instagram page, Rosanna Faraci, at Rosanna Faraci, click on the link in my bio, they will be able to purchase tickets.
People are so lucky
Yes.
because you're usually so flat out. You know, this is an amazing opportunity.
Exactly.
And confidence is so important for young people, isn't it?
100%, even for people that don't want to be models and they just want a nice photo of themselves. There's hair and makeup.
Amazing.
Charlie might even pop in. The girls will be like,
Because after the last few shows, we've had a
Yeah.
lot of inquiries from a lot of models wanting to get in touch with their great lady, but you know, it's
Yes.
very difficult. But this is a great opportunity
Exactly.
to. What are the dates again?
February the 18th. So normally I could do one-on-one, but because I am quite busy at the
Yeah.
moment with the workshop, there's only, I think, 5, 6 people I'm going to allow.
Okay.
So they still get a lot of one-on-one attention, but
Do you
we've got
think
hair and
I could come on and become a model at my age?
You
Or is
could.
it too late?
Well, it's for 12 to 21-year-olds, but maybe I should do one for people that are just over 21.
Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Charlie,
No, don't say that.
what are your plans over the next 12 months? What?
My plans are just to keep improving, just keep working hard, and just training myself with acting and modelling. So I'm ready for those big campaigns and everything.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank
It's been a
you.
great pleasure. And thank you
Pleasure.
very much for watching. Coming up very shortly, singing sensation Tim Knowles. This guy was kicking goals on the X Factor. He'll be up very shortly. Welcome back to the show. Our next guest, I take my hat off to. Not only is he a great talent, he's got a very, very kind heart. This man was one of the amazing talents on Australian X Factor. Please put your hands together for Timmy Knowles.
The sadness in your mind, in a place you keep, is aching in your heart, in the shape of your knee. And when you're down, you feel it burning, but you don't wear it on your face.
It's been that way since you left that day. But you knew the time would pass, and all the things we said would never last. And I thought that things might change, but there's nothing in this world that could ever make me love again, not like I loved you. There's whiskey on your breath, you're smoking cigarettes again. You got a million mates, not a single friend. You've got walls to keep you warm, and a roof that keeps you dry. But you close your doors, so you're alone inside. But stand strong, you stand proud. It's not hard to lose faith when you're falling down. And I know, 'cause I'm there too. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that nothing else will ever do, not like I loved you. But you found a new love, and that's okay. The smile in your eyes, how can I complain? Not little girls can smile like you, and I bet she's an angel, 'cause her mom's one too. I just hope that he pulls his weight, doing chores around the house, telling you you're great. And I hope that he loves you like I do. I hope he loves you like I do. Does he love you like I do?
Wow. Timmy Knowles, you are
you doing?
a music sensation. Thank you very much for coming on
No
the platform.
worries.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
And tell me about the great journey.
The great journey.
X Factor, mate. I watched very carefully, but I was very impressed when I saw your performance. Now, was that in 2016?
Yeah, X Factor was the back half of 2016. We did that. Yeah.
How did it all start, Timmy? How did it all start?
How did X Factor start?
No,
Or
your whole life.
The whole life.
Your whole life.
That's a long story.
How come we're so lucky to have such a deep and exciting musician on our couch? Because you're very deep, and I know you write music as well, and I think you might even meditate. You've got a very calm nature about you. But where did the passion come from?
Well, I've played music for as long as I can remember. Singing came much, much later. But instrument-wise, I've always played instruments since I was very young. I'm fortunate to come from a family where that was supported. I went to good schools that had good music programs.
Which school did you go to?
I went to Essendon Primary School over in the north of Melbourne, and I went to Strathmore High School.
In a school band?
No, I was in bands outside of school.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I did my lessons in school and then my practice outside of that, if that makes sense.
And how does a guy who leaves school all of a sudden end up on Australian X Factor?
Well, the next 10 years, I moved to Europe. I spent 10 years travelling and playing there, which is where...
Where did you go?
I went everywhere, really. I lived and played in most countries over there at one stage or another.
What an adventure.
Yeah, it was great. It was
What
great.
was your favourite place there, Timmy?
Favourite Favourite experience I had there would be Spain, I think. Spain's where I'd see myself retiring one day.
Did you fall in love?
Yeah, several times, yeah.
Did you come back with anybody?
No, I didn't, no.
Are you single?
I am single,
Another
yeah.
bloke.
Yeah.
First we had the other guy, Darren Sutton. We're going to get so many phone calls from all our viewers, both male and female.
Yeah.
And X Factor, how does a person get onto the stage of X Factor Australia?
Well, after 10 years of travel, I came back to Melbourne. It wasn't under the best circumstances that I came back, so it was a bit rocky when I first got back. I eventually built my music career here. And X Factor, every year, those sorts of shows will scout certain people and try and get you to come and audition just so they know that they've got some musicians coming in. And that's how it happened. They asked me. I turned 30 that year, so I was pretty depressed and having a very early midlife crisis. And I think that's how they talked me into it. And I think the further I progressed in the show, I didn't take it very seriously at all, but the further I progressed, the more my friends and family started to think it was a good thing.
Amazing to me. It sounded that's what you needed, that spark sometimes to get you out of the rut, because you seem very happy now and healthy. Let's have a look at your life.
Climb on board, we'll go slow, high tempo, light and dark, hold me hard and mellow, seeing the pain, seeing the pleasure, nobody but you, body but me, body but us, bodies together. Now I wanna hold you close tonight and always, wanna wake up next to you. So we'll piss off the neighbors, and the place you'll feel your tears, place you'll feel your fears, reckless behavior, loving and fighting on it, it's a paradise and it's a war zone.
Timmy Knowles, what a spectacular performance. Love that song, bro, love that song. And when I see that song, I see artistic talent and also a bit of sadness comes through. You were saying before you came back from Europe and a bit of rocky ground. What happened?
It was covered fairly extensively on the show. I think it was a big reason I probably got through on the show, because they like a dramatic story. But towards the end of my time, I was living in the UK, and I was sadly the victim of a kidnapping and a hostage situation that went a bit. Well, it didn't go that badly because I'm still alive, but it was a bit traumatic.
I do recall. God bless you.
Yeah.
And that was a difficult situation. And how did that resolve?
It resolved with me coming home, actually. I think I'd probably still be in Europe had that not have happened. But yeah, my after a traumatic experience like that, your mental state's not very strong. So I had to get clear, and I had to be around family and all that sort of stuff. So that's how it resolved.
After that spectacular performance on X Factor, what sort of phone calls did you get? I mean, the bench were clearly excited. You know, there was a wow factor there.
I mean, for me personally, the performances I did on that show were probably some of the worst I've ever done. I know a lot of people say that, but they really were for a mixture of different reasons. So I wasn't too happy with them. But yeah, I got a lot of opportunities. I do a lot of acting work, and funnily enough, I probably got more acting work out of X Factor than I did music work at that early stage, at least. Yeah.
What an amazing career. Timmy, thank you very much for coming on the couch. You're an amazing musician and producer, but we'll have you go on again. All the very best.
Great. Thanks
thank you
very
much.
Okay, cheers, mate.